Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Well, Texas lawmakers will apparently take a look at fantasy football, fantasy sports, and whether it is an expansion of gambling or if fantasy football and fantasy sports and placing money on those bets is a game of skill. The story from the Texas Tribune, a Texas House panel on Tuesday, actually approved a proposal proclaiming that fantasy sports are legal. The proposal by State Representative Richard Raymond, Democrat out of Laredo, would classify fantasy sports as a game of skill instead of a game of chance. That's a big difference here in the state of Texas. The consideration of House Bill 1457 comes a year after the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, questioned whether fantasy sports are actually legal and equated paid fantasy sports sites to online gambling, which is illegal. The measure cleared the House Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures on a 6-1 vote. Paxton's opinion suggested that fantasy sports sites such as DraftKings and FanDuel, who spend a lot of money also advertising those different websites, they offer Texans the potential to win money through their virtual teams. Ken Paxton said they violated the state's prohibition on betting on games of chance, while critics say fantasy sports sites are hubs for illegal online gambling. Others contend that the games are based on skill and therefore are legitimate. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest here with you. Is it a game of skill or is it a game of chance as far as fantasy football? It's a little bit of both. You got to have a little bit of luck and a little bit of chance in order to win at fantasy football, but it also helps and greatly improves your odds of winning if you actually know the players that you're going to pick up, and if you play the free agent wire and you look at the different teams that they're going to be going against, it does take a certain amount of skill, in my opinion, to play and win at fantasy football. But also, there's a little bit of a chance that's mixed in as well. You can be a novice at it and still win money. So it's a little bit of both. It's not one way or the other 100% of the way. Opponents of the measure say passage of this bill would constitute an expansion of gambling in Texas, and some Republicans don't like that at all. When the bill was first introduced in committee, Ben Wright with the Southern Baptist of Texas Convention testified against the measure, though he identified as a, quote, 15-year fantasy football veteran. Wright said the skill versus chance distinction that proponents of the bill are making is unsustainable. Listen, how about this? How about we allow adults to make adult decisions? Let's allow adults, if I want to place $20 on a team, $100 on a team, or whatever it is, let me do that. I'm an adult. I can make those decisions on my own. I don't need Texas lawmakers stepping in and going, I don't know, this seems like gambling to me. I am a little bit different than a lot of other conservative Republicans out there. This is maybe the libertarian streak in me. I'm fine with gambling. I am fine with casino gambling. I would love to see casinos in the great state of Texas. I hate it that you have Texans who are going to Louisiana, Oklahoma, and New Mexico to go and gamble. I'm not going to bring up Las Vegas because Las Vegas is Las Vegas. And quite frankly, if you want to go to Las Vegas, you're still going to go to Las Vegas, even if Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, Lubbock, Amarillo, they all had gambling, people would still go to Las Vegas. It is a shame that this is even a debate. You have Republicans, conservatives who ran on limited government. They're for limited government, except when it comes to gambling and fantasy football. Come on. Let's get over this. Let's have adults be adults, and let's go ahead and say that fantasy online sites like DraftKings and FanDuel and all the other betting or all the other fantasy sports sites that are out there like it, let's go ahead and say they are perfectly legal in the great state of Texas. Allow adults to make adult decisions. How about that? Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day.